Hey everyone, welcome back. Charlene. I took a little bit of a break if you watched my last video. So today is day 40, but technically it's my 37th video because I decided that while I was at the Flow State Summit that I chose to not make a video on each of those days because I was just totally in the flow. And stopping to make a video was not in the flow of where I was at and what I was doing. So even though I'm making this really confusing now because I'm like, am I on day 37 or day 40? Because it's really day 40, but it's my 37th video. And this could be really confusing. But I am just in this really amazing place. I am so exhausted. I have a huge emotional hangover. Surprise. It seems to be my current state. But I just wanted to do a recap about the workshop that I did at the Flow State Summit and what the Flow State Summit was and how amazing it was to be there in that place. Hi, Annie. I see that you're watching. So it was out at the Lookout Quarry, and it was just this amazing 3-day event filled with workshops, mace work, club bells, lots of yoga, stand-up paddleboard yoga. There were like so many amazing things, and I was so thrilled that I got to be on the docket of one of the presenters, and it was my first time that I was able to present at a fitness experience related event that I wasn't doing anything fitness related, and it felt really good to be invited to be able to do a workshop, and that the workshop was more on what I'm doing currently, which is really opening up, living on my heart's edge, about breaking up with the ego. And so this was my first opportunity to do a workshop on this place that I'm at, on all this new material that I'm working on. And it was amazing. Like I said in my last video, I chose not to prepare for it in the sense of I didn't write a script. I didn't have like a whole thing that was set up. And I just waited to see what the environment was, to see what, who the people were, who was I speaking to, and where were they at, and what was it that their hearts were needing. And so it was great because I was there all day Friday, and my presentation was at noon on Saturday. And so I had some time to like interact and get to know some of the people, and like it was the most amazing open experience with the coolest people ever. It's like taking and bringing together all of these really amazing, strong, powerful, fitness minded people and bringing them together in this total festival vibe of just this all-inclusive, super open, super loving environment. And there's a quarry where you swim, and the area at the quarry is clothing optional for when people are swimming. And so a lot of the people that are there choose to not wear clothing. And I saw more naked people this weekend than I think I've ever seen. And it was really interesting to watch because everybody is just so comfortable where they're at and just comfortable in their skin. And I think it just really backs up to the experience that I was sharing with you about when I did my body dysmorphia video, and I was talking about, just body love, and Minta Allred was there, and she is part of the Embody Love movement, which is absolutely incredible. And she did some workshops too. And it's just really just about loving your body, having no shame, and realizing that it's just skin, and that it's just a body, and there was no weird like sexual energy about anything. It was just sometimes people had clothes on and sometimes they didn't, down at the swimming area. And it was interesting, my reaction to that. It was like, there was a part of me that felt like, okay, I should not have clothes on if I'm going to swim because, well, if everybody's naked and I'm the only one that has clothes on, which not everybody was naked, I kind of was wrestling with that, like, well, should I like be like everybody else? And people are going to think I'm strange if I'm the only one wearing clothes. And then it was like, well, no, I'm going to do what feels comfortable to me. And right now I want to keep my bathing suit on. And it was interesting to watch this like whole internal dialogue going back and forth with me of how do I stay true to myself, be in the present moment, be in the flow, and not be affected by my surroundings of what everyone else is doing, and be true to who I am and what it is that I want to do. And so it was a really great experience to be challenged in those ways. The other ways that I was challenged was that in the past, when I've gone to different workshops, I feel this pressure that I have to participate in every single one of them. Like every workshop that's available, I have to participate in because I don't want to miss anything, right? Are you guys familiar with the FOMO, like fear of missing out? And I definitely, have struggled with that in the past of like, okay, I don't want to miss out, so I want to make sure I sign up for everything. But there's like all these different workshops happening at the same time, and I can't go to all of them at once. So just being able to just trust myself and be in the flow and be like, okay, today, here's the schedule. This is what's going on. I want to do this one or this one. And I just was in the flow. And I didn't have that feeling or that need to that panic of like, I have to do everything. And so that was a really great experience of being in the flow there. And then the day that I was supposed to do my workshop, I learned like 2 hours before I was going to do my presentation that I thought was a 90-minute presentation. And that morning on my meditation, I prepared for it. Like I was like, okay, I've got it. I'm ready. I feel the vibe of the people. I know what I want to say. And I found out 2 hours before I was going to be doing my workshop that it was only 1 hour. So I was like, oh, wow, I have this whole interactive workshop planned that I need to take 30 minutes off of it. And so I was like, that's okay. I'm just in the flow. And I was really great because I didn't panic. It's like, all right, I'll just condense it and make it just an hour. And it was during the same time as one of the like main highlight events was happening. The MACE workshop was happening the very same time that my talk was happening, and there was like a little bit of my ego wrestling with like, well, I want to be at the MACE workshop. I'm really excited. He's coming from from so far away, and I want to participate in it. And there's going to be so many people that are going to want to go to that instead of go to mine. And I have this really great thing to share. And it was like, I found myself wrestling back and forth, and I was like, wait a minute. It's going to be perfect. Whoever's going to come is going to be exactly who's supposed to be there. And so I trusted in that, and I just was able to quickly let it go. And it felt so good to be able to just quickly let it go. And so I ended up doing my workshop, doing my class, and I had 18 people show up, which was amazing. And it was phenomenal. It was absolutely incredible. It was my first time presenting this material. I had a few notes of some things that I wanted to cover, and that was it. And I just ended up just flowing for exactly the amount of time. I had a friend that was there that was my timekeeper. And it was incredible. I was so freaking on fire, and it felt so good because it wasn't just like this hyper excited like you guys sometimes see me get on my videos. It was also that I was just grounded and I knew what I was talking about, because this topic of breaking up with your ego and learning how to live on your heart's edge and learning to identify who you really are minus all this external labels that we carry. And it was so incredibly amazing and wonderful. And I just feel so like alive and passionate about continuing to do this work. And so I'm really excited about that. And then there was amazing live DJs. The music was incredible. I danced and danced and danced. I made a lot of new friends and spent a lot of time in the sun and the water, and I got to volunteer, which was so great. The volunteer portion that I did, I got to volunteer in the kitchen, and breakfast was served. And it was so wonderful to be able to help prepare the food and like serve food to everybody, because food is such a nourishing way to love people. And so I was really excited that I got to love on people and serve and help to prepare the food. And so that was a really great experience. And so I'm just still feeling really high, like my energy is really high from that experience. And then came home, and my housemate, my friend that I've been house sitting for came home from his trip that he's been gone for 2 months. And so I went from this really amazing, intense, powerful weekend to this really intense, like reuniting with my housemate of like, okay, you've been gone for 2 months, and like catching up and getting back on the same page. And then today I went and picked up my daughter who's been traveling for 3 months from South America. And so I've had this like amazing, super intense since Friday, and I don't know what today is, Monday. And so my mind is just like, reeling from all of this stuff. And I'm like, I feel like I said, like I have an emotional hangover because I've just been feeling so much because I'm staying in this open-hearted place where I'm not putting the layers back on. You know, the layers of my ego, the layers of my identity, where I was able to listen to my daughter and hear all of her experiences and not make them anything about me. They're just her and her experiences. And it was just a really cool place to be. And I'm learning so much about myself every day in the way that I respond, in the way that I interact. I'm super vulnerable all the time, and I actually love that, and it feels really good. So yeah, so that's my little recap. I wanted to get back online, start making these videos again. There's a little part of me that feels bad because I'm like, I'm supposed to make one a day for 90 days and I skipped 3 days, but I'm the one that gets to make the rules. Like this is my life, this is my experience. So if I skip a couple of days because I'm in the flow and I have poor cell service, then that's okay. So that's where I'm at, that's me. So here it is, day 40, video number 37. I think I'm just gonna start counting by videos rather than by days. Anyway, so thank you all for watching. Thank you. Hi, Wendy. Hi, Adam. Hi, Michael. Hi, Caleb. Thanks for tuning in. Hi, Selena. I see that you're here too. Thanks for watching. Thanks for following my journey. And if you have questions, ask me. You can interact with me on here and I can, you know, talk with you. And yeah, so I'm going to keep doing these lives because it's so much easier than recording a video and posting it. So I hope you enjoy them. Reach out and have a wonderful evening. Ciao.